Last point is about consistency. Clarity, contribution, correctness, and consistency. Consistency in a simple way means that if you are doing research and you find out something as the outcome, if someone else looking at same question using slightly different methods at a different time, potentially looking into other cases, they should not find a completely different thing. If you want to weigh yourself and you go on the scale once, then it's 70, then come back, well, it's high, then you get to 60, it doesn't make sense. It should be stable. It should be consistent. But the point here is that there are different forms of consistency here. Consistency over time. If I check something about the platform dynamics today, and then next month, and then in 1 year, the answer should be the same. If the answer is the same, then we say that there is a persistency or consistency over time. It can be across methods. If I send questionnaire and I find out something, versus if I observe those people and I find something completely different, then we don't have methods consistency. It can be consistency across subjects, across monkeys. If I go to one organization and I find that the best way to implementing Agile is this, and then I go to the other company and I realize that the best way to implementing Agile is something completely different, then we don't have consistency across cases or subjects. And it can be consistency across the researchers. If I, with my perceptions, my knowledge, go to one interview and then come back with something, you go to the same interview with the same person, same questions, you come back with the different findings, then we don't have inter-researcher consistency. So there are different types of consistency. My question to you is that, is consistency good for the research? Is it really a quality measure? The more consistent, the better is the research outcome. Do you agree with that or not? Coming back to the methods, consistency across the methods, you say that observation of the work should bring the same things as the questionnaire, which doesn't happen in reality. You observe, you find very different things than if you send questionnaire. So consistency is tricky. Depending on the type of research you do, any of these forms of consistency can be good or irrelevant. If I'm looking at two different companies, large and small, with the intention to find different things, because I know that the Agile implementation in large and small companies should be different, and I come back and I say I had a very consistent finding across the two cases, that is potentially problematic. So then the consistency is potentially bad, or at least surprising. If I know that when I send questionnaire, when I interview with people, I get their thoughts, projections. When I observe them, I see their behavior. And I go to a situation which is working with a very sensitive or socially sensitive, technology. By definition, I know that what people talk about are very different than the things that they do. So if my two techniques of data collection show two different things, that's good. That's actually correctness. Of course, consistency is low. Let it be. Doesn't matter. So if we are capturing heterogeneity, if we are after understanding the variety, Interviews look at the perceptions, observations look at the behavior. And if we look at different cases, actually lack of consistency is the whole purpose, because we want to capture the variation. But if we are not, we are looking at the same large organization using the same questionnaire, of course, then it would be more assuring if we have the higher level of consistency. What we should not give up at any price is the correctness. That's important. So, to sum up, clarity, contribution, correctness, and consistency.